towards their teachers were very kind to this master. Very good.
那么这个做师傅的得到这种孝顺的徒弟，少发了很多的脾气。
So, as a master, having such filial disciples, I have become less prone to anger.
所以相信，头发也白的很少。然后以前我在香港对你们讲过。
Therefore, I believe fewer of my hairs have turned white. Ah, remember I once told you in Hong Kong.
Okay, let's go back to see what Master YongHua said. He says tomorrow that the following day would be the celebration of the Buddha's Enlightenment Day. So it's a big day for the Buddhist disciples. We usually make a big deal out of it. It's a good opportunity for people to come and plan the blessings, okay? And very much like New Year, Lunar New Year coming up here, he taught his disciples to make vows, okay? What vows did they make? Vows to be filial to the parents, to be respectful to their teachers. Be filial here is an Asian concept, not Western concept. So it's according to Mahayana, being filial is to practice Mahayana. Okay, it's a core value for people. People need to be filial to the parents. Okay, and also to be respectful to the teachers. And this is something new to the Westerners. Asian values, Asian systems, this is baked in for us, but for Westerners, this is brand new. When I first heard of it, I was surprised. I went to French high school where we didn't talk about filiality at all. Went to universities here. We don't have to respect the teachers. Okay, when he says a year has passed, last year they made such vows, and now after a year, he's happy towards his disciples. That's Buddhism. You know, then you're supposed to act upon it. And in order to facilitate your practices, you make vows. Vows are designed to help you execute better. Okay. All right. So he says, I'm happy that you guys are becoming more, his disciples were becoming more filial to their parents, more respectful, especially towards him. I think he's referring to the Westerners. Okay. At the time, he had a lot of Western disciples. There were the hippie times of the hippies in the 70s. Therefore, San Francisco was known for flower girls. And what were men known for? I don't know. Peter, are you there? No?
Yes, Master, I'm here.
So what were, in the 70s, what were men known for? You don't know.
Hippies? Yeah, my dad was a hippie.
Hippie boys and hippie girls, hippies. Okay.
Yeah.
And so there were a lot of Caucasians who were there listening to his lectures and so forth. Yes, continue. Peter, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like women would wear flowers in their hair and sundresses and all sorts of stuff that Vicky can speak to more in detail, I'm sure. But for the men, usually you know, have long hair too and kind of wear like bell-bottom jeans and ride a motorcycle or do all sorts of like hippy-dippy stuff.
Was Vicky part of that generation, or is she too young? Were you at Berkeley or at SF State?
Oh, Master. I was at UC Berkeley.
UC Berkeley. Oh, you were in the
Yeah,
midst.
my hair was
In
a
the
different
midst
color.
of it.
I was in the thick of it, Master.
Okay. And
I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I'll
relate
be
to
honest
us.
with you.
Relate to us.
Okay.
The
okay.
glorious past. Your glorious past. At Berkeley, how was it like in the 70s?
Okay, so, you know, all those hippies and the flower children and all that stuff, they weren't really the students. They were just the people hangers-on. All the students were still going to school. They all had, you know, they were, you know, going to comp sci classes, and they were students, busy. They had to keep going to school if they got some special grant or scholarships and stuff, and they couldn't just let that go. So, like the basic Berkeley student went to school.
Was it hard to get in Berkeley? How did you get in? Were
I
you a
understand
bright
it's hard.
student or just got lucky?
I went in as an undergrad. I didn't think it was hard, but maybe because it was so long ago, you know. I didn't think it was hard, but, you know, what can I say? I went to an all-girls Catholic high school, so I was very devout. But I guess I was a bit rebellious because my mother wanted me to go to an all-Catholic university, private university in San Francisco, known as University of San Francisco. So that way my brother could watch over me and be sure I wouldn't do anything wrong. And I saved my allowance money and I applied to Berkeley. And I didn't tell her.
I see.
And she only found out when I got my acceptance note.
Okay. Very good. Anyone has any questions about the past? Vicky's glorious past.
Okay, so, it was colorful. I'll tell you it was colorful. I was there during when Patty Hearst was part of the SLA. I was there. She was in art history classes. I was in art history classes. Oh, did I hang out with a hippie? I guess I could have looked like a hippie, but I wasn't really hanging out with the hippies. I mean, if you're just going to school, you didn't think you were a hippie.
Okay.
Where were the hippies? Well, the students always thought the hippies were the transients, that, you know, they heard the song, you know, if you go to San Francisco and then you'll see, you know, you'll have flowers in your hair. So all these kids were like runaways, and they descended into Berkeley. And when I was in grad school, I worked at a place called Berkeley Youth Alternative, and it was an alternative for runaway youth instead of going to juvenile court. And so we saw all these kids that they would just take a bus and they landed in Berkeley, and their parents were looking for them. And I remember People's Park because I was at Berkeley at the time, and all these people who were not students ransacked this area called People's Park, which was across the street from where I was taking an art class. And the Blue Meanies, who were they? The Coast Guard? Who were the Blue Meanies? Came in with tear gas to break up the assembly of all these transients. And I was across the street in a classroom, And we watched it. We watched it happen. We watched them breaking up. We watched them breaking up this protest, and we were all in school. And then the tear gas went off, and then all these kids start running everywhere. And they tried to come into our building, and we wouldn't let them in. No, you're not going to come in here. You're not part of us. You know. So that's the way it was.
I see. Okay, how exciting.
It really, I would say more, but it wouldn't be PG.
Okay, thank you for the history anecdotes. All right, so they behave themselves. The Master YongHua inspired respect and kindness from them, and he's very happy about that. And he says, very proud to have such well-behaved filial disciples, and he's less angry. Okay. And if your white hair turned white, lots of pressure back then. All right, so he continuing with the story in Hong Kong. Go ahead, please.
啊，我头发通通都白了，现在不知道怎么它又变黑了。
Therefore, all my hair had turned white. But now, I don't know how they turned black again.
那也就是因为少发脾气的关系啊。那么我知道要得所有的弟子都是孝顺的弟子。
This is also because I have become less angry. So, I want all my disciples to be filial.
我天天呢欢喜，天天呢就不会发脾气。
I would be delighted every day, and then every day I would not get angry.
Speaking about hair turning white, I remember our temple doctor, the one down south. He practices Taoism, I believe, and martial arts and as such. And he told me the Taoists, the hair are white, and they're very white hair. Really, his hair is basically mostly white. The side here is all white, and very good at healing. He once said something that a comment that caught my attention. He said, in his practice, they intentionally, part of their spiritual practice is to stop the blood from going to the head. And that's how they turn the hair turns white. Okay, and it caught my attention, not because of the color, but it caught my attention because I understood the rationale behind why they would want to stop the blood from going, to minimize the blood from going to the head. And that's because in that practice, when they do that, they actually are reducing their thinking. Okay, so I don't think they understand that process where they simply stop the blood from flowing to the head, which is if you have less blood going upstairs, then you naturally would think less. And also, the way they did it turned the hair white. Okay, So the non-Buddhist practitioners, they have these techniques that work for them pretty well. And a multitude of practices that are very helpful towards them developing their spirituality, meaning spiritual powers. That's what they're shooting for. So these are designed to help them attain certain levels of achievements, and it worked very well for them. Okay, so it's predicated upon the concrete results. They're shooting for advantages, if you will. Okay, and part of that development is that they need to think less. Isn't that interesting? We don't necessarily have to stop the blood from flowing to the head. Okay, there's a techniques for that as far as they're concerned. But the principle is still the same. If you reduce your thinking, then just like them, when they stop the blood flowing to the head, they think less and less, and then that's how they can more easily enter samadhi. And when you enter samadhi, that's when, and you're able to stay there longer, that's when you naturally develop spiritual powers. Now you know how to develop spiritual powers. All you guys have to do is hide in a corner and practice. Okay? And that's how your spiritual powers would naturally and eventually develop. Okay? There's also a faster way which I'm not teaching you. Because it's never, the purpose for us is never to develop spiritual powers, because they're troublesome. Once you have them, you feel like using them. And that makes you attached to it. The urge, the desire to use them is very, very strong. Your ego comes up with so many reasons to use them. And that's why all day you fight against this urge to use spiritual powers. Okay? Yes, go for us.
Emitofuo Master. Yeah, I would like to ask you because the other day my dad, who is 62 years old and who doesn't want to cultivate, told me that they say that he might have Parkinson. So I would like to ask you if there is anything that I can do to help him, even though he doesn't want to cultivate and he doesn't want to meditate.
Who is this?
My dad, my father.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, has Parkinson's. I see. Yeah. 62 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. And your family, how long do they live? His siblings and his father, his grandfather, they live a long life or not?
My grandmother, his mother, she lived like 94 years old. But
94?
94, yeah, but he had Alzheimer's like for the last 10 or 12 years. And his dad, I think he died like with 80 or 70 something.
So they live very long. They live, where do they live? In the mountains, or how come they live so long?
No, they live in Madrid, in the city.
They live in the cities?
Yeah.
They don't have any children?
Who?
Children shorten your lives. Ask any parent, they tell you.
No, we are 3 siblings. I have 2 siblings, yeah.
Okay, look at gray hair there at Go Forest. You ask her. See? That's how the hair turns white. Okay, I'm sorry to hear your dad has Parkinson's. Parkinson's is your family typically, historically, doesn't have Parkinson's, or is a medical history with your family?
No, I think one of his aunts had Parkinson, but he's not sure. Only that his mom had Alzheimer.
So Parkinson's here will involves in the deterioration, gradual deterioration of your motor system, right?
Yeah.
And then eventually
right now,
you die because you don't breathe anymore. Yes?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Right now, only his hand is shaking a little.
So this is newly discovered, or how long has he been having?
Yeah, like he recently discovered it, and they did some tests like last December.
And he's not Buddhist, clearly. Okay.
No.
What does he do for a career? What did he do in his work?
He has his own company. The company is for moving, like moving houses.
Company for what?
Moving, like movers.
Moving company.
No, like they help people to move from one house to another one.
Moving company, right? It's like here in the U.S. they call it starving students moving company. We hire students from Berkeley who need money to help move these big furniture, the households, right?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Is he rich? Doing moving?
No.
Okay, and that he's not horribly dishonest. Okay.
I don't know.
Well, moving business, you need to know what to do in order to make extra money. Okay. In the U.S., we are very entrepreneurial. We have lots of tricks to add more money. Okay. All right. Especially to the housewives. Okay. Sweet talk to them, and then charge more money. Anyway, you need to follow the doctor's thing, the doctor's advice and stuff. And Parkinson's, it's pretty nasty disease. Good thing it's discovered early, new discovery. Personally, we only have some recent experience with Parkinson's, but it's a heavy-duty case. Parkinson's, and let me tell you, my experience has been so far, at the last 4 or 5 months, no, maybe 2, 3 months, few months. What people need to pay attention to is the Parkinson's nature of Parkinson's is that it's a general deterioration of your body. It decays. The entire body decays. Okay? Not just the breathing or the heart or whatever. It's a degeneration of your entire body. Okay? If your body is made of muscles, certainly those muscles are deteriorating. So a very nasty disease where you actually are shriveling up. The entire body basically is dying. Okay, and from what I know, there's really no cure for it. So it's a very, very nasty thing. We you could try to intervene, but I don't know if we can because we have no track record for it. I know that we're helping a little, but we don't have enough experience to tell you, yes, I can help, no, I cannot. Okay? So if you like, you can take offline, talk to our people and see how much you want to try to help him. Okay? I feel that from my experience that I'm not sure it's 100% curable if we were to try to help, but I know that it's slowing down right now. But the difference, the only thing is that this current case I'm working on is kind of late now, so that's why it's rather difficult. Okay? Your case is different because this is newly discovered. So maybe it's possible. I don't know. Okay? Again, I don't know enough. That's why I can't tell you. The way we work is that we base on our experiences. We don't want to give you false hopes, but we sometimes are successful in helping, sometimes we're not. So you can talk to us offline and see what we can do. Okay? All right.
Okay, I will try to get more information. Thank you, Master. Thank you for being honest and for your help.
Okay, go Forrest.
Sorry, it was me.
That's always you. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Yeah, usually people ignore their health for various reasons, and that's how, at least in my generation, I was raised. We're tough. We don't have to worry. We don't look at ourselves, and it's so wrong because you need to learn to take care of yourself first, and unfortunately, usually what happens is that by the time you see a doctor, maybe you get lucky, get an early diagnosis, then it could be reversed, could be prevented from going further. But most people, they don't believe it, and they, or in many cases, in most cases, they only go and when it's really, they have serious issue, and that's when it's very difficult. Okay, very difficult to be able to help. All right, but as you all know, Master YongHua used to be able to help just like that. So. All right. Yes, one.
땡큐 마스터. 저희 부모님이 연로하셔서 왕생 위패와 49제 위표를 올려드렸습니다. 두 분의 왕생을 위해서 저는 최선을 다해드리고 싶습니다. 그런데 어머님이 우울증이 있으셔서 한번 끊을까요, 현보스님?
Thank you, Master. My parents, they are very old, so I did a rebirth plaque and pre-49, and I want to do my best. And my mom, she has a depression.
그런데 어머님이 우울증이 있으셔서 원친제주나 우울증 위패를 더 올려드리고 싶습니다. 그리고 지금 제가 이곳에서 배우고 있는 예불이나 명상을 알려드리고 싶습니다. 제가 어머님께 이런 것들을 소개할 때 뭔가 주의해야 하는 점이 있는지 여쭙고 싶습니다.
So because she has depression, I want to do a plaque like depression or past creditors, And I also want to introduce her to our ceremonies and meditation. Is there anything I should be cautious about when I introduce to her?
No, you're doing the right thing. You are a nun now, so apparently it's okay with her. So, how old is she, your mother?
72.
72. Okay. Basically, how severe is the depression? Does she need to take medication?
어, 5년 이상 됐는데 사실 저희 오빠가 정신과 의사라서 그냥 약을 계속 복용을 하고 있거든요. 근데 사실 제가 알기로는 꽤 독한 약을 5년 이상 오랫동안 드시고 있는 걸로 알고 있습니다.
So it has been more over 5 years. And actually, my brother, he's actually a psychiatrist. So from him, she's been getting depression medicine over 5 years. And as I understand, it's not good for you if you keep taking this medicine over 5 years.
So she's been taking medication for over 5 years? That's severe, huh? Okay. What about your father? Does he have depression too? Does he need medication?
사실 두 분이 이혼하셔서 지금 같이 계시지 않습니다.
They are actually divorced, so they don't stay together.
Okay, together. Okay. You were raised by her or by him?
저희가 자랄 때까지는 두 분이 같이 계셨고 제가 대학교 졸업하고 한참 뒤에 한 5, 6년 뒤에 이혼하셨습니다.
So when we were being raised, they were together. And after I graduate college, after like 5, 6 years later, they divorced.
I see. So you're the youngest, or? You're the youngest child.
저희 4명인데 제가 셋째입니다.
So within 4 children, I am the third.
The third. Okay. So she lives by herself now.
언니랑 함께 살고 있는데 언니도 상담 센터를 운영하는데 사실 그녀도 우울증이라서 우울증 약을 복용하고 있습니다.
My mother lives with my older sister, and also my sister runs a counseling center, but she's also depressed, so she's also taking medicine.
Are you taking medication?
저는 전혀 아닙니다.
No, not me, not at all.
Were you ever depressed?
저는 출가 전에 약간 우울함을 경험한 적은 있지만 따로 우울증을 심각하게 경험한 적은 없습니다.
I did have a experience of depression before I leave home life, but I never suffered from severe depression.
I see. Okay. For the depression, and your mother's how old again?
I think it's 72.
72.
네.
Okay. Lives with the sister. Is the sister married?
No.
No. Okay. All right. You can start with the medicine master and past creditors and depression, and that should help. It would take some time, but it should help. And the problem is the sister. the sister have a counseling center. It doesn't help with her depression. Okay, and these counselors, they're getting into something that they cannot handle. Depression is much stronger than they can defend themselves against, and therefore, your mom problem is not only from herself, but it's also from the sister, bringing home all sorts of issues. Okay, and so it's not the mom alone. You need to also want to help your sister. Okay, but the sister is like if she does it for a living, why is she doing it? Is she a degree in psychology therapy or what?
직업으로 하고 있습니다. 생업으로.
네. It's her job for a living.
Your job what?
It's her job for a living. She does it for a living.
Does what?
She does it for a living.
For a living.
Yes.
Okay. What is she study? So she must be a licensed therapist or something? Psychologist or no? Social worker? What is her?
네, 심리학 석사, 박사 다 공부한 걸로 알고 있습니다.
Masters and PhD on psychology.
What? Oh, PhD in psychology. Oh, she can handle it. Oh, that's right. Okay, she got it under control. But wait, why is she taking medication if she's got it under control? Okay, the problem is not only from your mom alone, also from your sister. She brings home all sorts of these issues from work. And so it makes it more difficult. But start with your mom and see how it helps. And you can tell that it helps when she's willing to do Chan. Chan is the only way for her to deal with it. Okay, and the only way we know of to deal with those mental illnesses. And the reason that people reject it or don't believe and criticize it is because they don't have enough blessings. They're manipulated by those depression ghosts. Okay, they know that if they practice, people are willing to practice Chan and follow our instructions, they will be able to get out of depression. I mean, they can have a normal life, happy life, as a matter of fact. Okay, and because of that, those ghosts basically whisper in their ears and say, "Don't believe, don't believe." And if they don't have enough blessings, they will not believe. If they have enough blessings, then what happens is that they're willing to cross their legs. And by crossing their legs, they notice a difference between their meditation and their feeling better. Meditate, feel better. If you meditate, feel better. That's how they are able to keep it up. Okay, and as they improve, it get better and better and better until you can have a normal life, actually happy life. Okay, and so in your mom's case, try with those three and see what happens. Okay. Unfortunately, it happens a lot to a lot of Asian women. Okay, doesn't help. They're unhappy, and many of them have depression, and they pass it on to their children. And maybe that's why your sister or decided to go into psychology because she thought she wanted to learn how to deal with it or make a difference to others who are suffering. Okay, I wish these therapists, these PhD people and these professionals would take up Chan meditation. And there are such people like that. We have some experiences with such people. Actually, I have some therapists who are practicing Chan, and I see that it's making a huge difference in them personally and professionally. Okay, but if you don't have enough blessings, there's not much you can do. Okay, you first have to generate blessings for them. Okay, we can help, but they don't believe. It's not much we can do. We can teach you how to cope better with your depression, okay, through meditation. Depression basically a ghost that whispers in your ears, feel bad, okay? See how evil he is to you, okay? Why do you have to keep up with this? But wait, you cannot do anything about it. Therefore, you have to bear it. And you build resentment. You feel like you are stuck. You're desperate and so forth. It happens to a lot of women. And they feel depressed. And they say, okay, I'm going to live for my children. I'm going to make sure that my children have a family and so forth. And so they make sacrifices. At the end of the day, they feel unhappy, very unhappy, stuck, and desperate, okay? And that's why it sinks in year after year, okay? And that's very difficult to deal with. But eventually, it can be helped. We have so many people who have depression because the mom gets depressed, gives it to the boys and the girls get depressed, and the boys get depressed. They come to us, and we teach them how to do it, and they are better and better. They get better. Some of them actually, if you get to a high level of inner Chan skills, you actually become normal. Okay? So we actually, in our world, we use those depression to help motivate our people to cultivate harder and rise above it. And we have a track record of doing that. So it's possible. You absolutely, yeah. She can, as I said, if she has a blessings, generate blessings for her now. And then you see that she wants to go into meditation. And the people who are not willing to meditate, it's because they don't have enough blessings. Not much we can do. It's like, Buddhism is like that. The Buddha says, like, I'm the greatest physician in the world. There's no disease I cannot heal. And his disciples, has many disciples. Master YongHua, one of his great disciples, he can heal people just like that. Master YongHua can look at, can see your mom and tap it on her head and kick the ghost away. And the mom will feel normal. Okay? She cured. We just don't know where the ghost goes. Probably goes to you. So your mom feels better, you feel worse. And then you come to him and say, no worry, go away. And it goes to your siblings and so forth. So that's why Master YongHua is so busy. He's helping one person, and then it goes to the next person, and come back, and then, Master, okay, no problem, go away. Okay? Job security. We don't do that. We teach you how to handle it yourself, because we cannot kill these ghosts. It's not Buddhist to kill people. It's not Buddhist to harm people. Okay? So all he did is he chased them away. Okay? To someone close to you. Okay? I prefer to teach you how to handle it yourself, because it's a karmic debt you need to pay off. Okay? You cannot run away. What he did, he helped you temporarily, It doesn't get resolved, so it goes on to his body. So he's surrounded by all these things. And the physical ailments are different, but the mental disease goes. They don't come to him because there's nothing they can do to him. So that's why they go to the next person. Usually someone close to you. So you feel better, but your sister will not. All right? See, that's a problem we have. In Buddhism, we cannot kill these people. It's so much easier. Just take a gun and shoot them and forget it. And then the problem is postponed until next lifetime and pass it on to Chung Yin Sunim. He'll fix it. There you go. Okay, so let's try with that. And it should help tremendously, eventually. Okay, JMT.
마스터, 저는 이제 선칠도 이틀밖에 안 남았는데요. 그동안 수고 많이 하셨습니다. 제가 말씀드릴 거는 이번 선칠 동안 겪었는 일인데요. 저는 한 20년 가까이 왼쪽 가슴이 많이 아팠습니다. 근데 병원에 가면은 별 이상 증세는 없다 하는데 저는 항상 고통스러웠습니다. 일을 많이 하거나 뭐 큰 걱정거리가 있거나 뭐 무거운 걸 들거나 하면은 막 가시로가 왼쪽 가슴이 막 찌르는 것 같은 통증이 있었거든요. 근데 이번에 선칠하고 한 보름 지났나? 그랬는데 이 가슴이 갑자기 왼쪽에서 동그랗게 이쪽에서 이쪽으로 계속 네 군데를 옮겨 다니는 거예요. 아픈 통증이. 그 통증이 하루 종일 되다가 그 이튿날까지 막 네 군데를 옮겨 다니면서 찌르더니 어느 날 갑자기 이게 없어졌습니다. 고쳐진 것 같아요. 병원에서는 아무 증상도 없다고 해서 뭐 별다른 처방은 안 했거든요. 근데 지금 아주 편안합니다.
So, Chanchi is only 2 days left. Thank you so much for your hard work. I want to share my experiences during our Chanchi. For over 20 years, my left heart had a problem. I was in severe suffering. And when I go to hospital, they say I have no problem at all. But I always felt some pinching on my left heart. And
You have two hearts?
이번에 뛸 때는 네 군데 같아서였습니다. 오른쪽, 왼쪽, 배 밑에 두 군데 이래가 네 쪽이 막 바퀴 돌듯이 이틀을 마구 이렇게 돌더라고요. 굉장히 아팠습니다.
felt like 4 parts. So during Chanchi, it was circling between these 4 parts, something pinching on my heart, very severe, and it moved around like a wheel, and then it disappeared. I think it's cured.
This Chanchi?
예.
Yes.
시작하고 한 보름쯤 있다가 사실 이번 겨울에는 불칠 시작하면서 오빠가 세상을 떠나고 여기 49제를 모시고 조금 우울해야 할 텐데 몸도 마음도 좀 가벼워지면서 선칠을 열심히 했는데 선칠 시작하고 한 보름 됐는데 가슴이 막 아프고 막 움직여 다니면서 이틀 동안 심하게 고통을 주더니 어느 날 갑자기 그게 없어져 버렸어요.
So actually, during this Fuchi, my brother died, and I did 49 days. And I think I should have been feeling depressed, but I wasn't. And after Chanchi started, after around 2 weeks later, I was in severe suffering because of the pinching in the heart, and it was going around the 4 parts like a wheel, like a circle. And for 2 days, I was really in severe pain, and then suddenly it disappeared.
Okay. And what about your right heart?
오른쪽 가슴은 안 아프고 왼쪽 가슴만 계속 아팠어요. 그렇게 하루에 한 통증이 5-6번 오는데 그날 컨디션에 따라 오는데 막 가시로 찌르는 것 같아요. 저는 힘들고 아픈데 계속 다니면서 이렇게 치고 다니는 거예요. 이렇게 치고 막 이렇게 치고 다녔어요. 그게 세월이 한 20여 년 됐습니다. 한 20여 년 전에 좀 많이 놀랄 일이 있어서 그 이후로는 정상 같았거든요. 근데 병원에서는 딱히 아무런 이상 증세가 없다고 했습니다.
So my right part is okay, only my left part.
The right heart is okay. I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, so no pain on right heart. It's the squeezing in the left heart. Very good.
So it's like a chest actually, and once a day I had a pain like 5-6 times a day, and then it's like a stabbing with the thorns. So it moves around, like a punching and stabbing with the thorns. And
So stabbing with a what? With a fork?
thorn.
A thorn. Oh wow.
다시.
Could you breathe?
그때 되면은 막 가슴을 이래 치고 이래 일도 하고 막 이러니까 좀 많이 안 좋죠.
When that happens, I had to punch my chest, and I also had to
Like this. Okay.
이렇게.
You punch the right one. Did you punch the left one? Not punch the right one.
오른쪽을
The two of
썼으니까
them.
왼쪽을 썼으니까.
Which one did you punch?
왼쪽
I'm joking. It's okay. Okay. One more question. How long do you meditate every day in this chanchi here?
명상은 많이는 못했습니다. 새벽에 3시부터 6시까지 하고 오후에 한 3시간 하고 그래밖에 못했습니다.
Not that much. In the early morning through 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. once, and then in the afternoon 3 hours.
Every day or just the last few days only?
매일요.
Every day.
Every day. So 6 hours every day. No problems until 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
이번 이틀 전요? 네.
Okay.
No problem.
No problem. Okay, very good. All right. And so now is no more pain, no more being prick. Okay. Don't worry, it'll come back. How old are you again?
74입니다.
74.
94?
74.
74. Okay. Okay. Very good. Let me tell you, you're correct. When you have these things here, as long as you can still breathe without any issues, then it's okay. What you did is okay. But typically, when you have a heart thing and your heart palpitates and you can't breathe, that's when you should immediately go see a doctor. Okay. Next time around, okay. If it happens again, if you can't breathe, immediately go see a doctor. Okay. Even if your right heart can breathe. Okay, and you make sure that you have oxygen to your body, otherwise you'll die. Okay, but the pain in your heart is a good thing. Okay, when you get to her levels and higher, you will be able to fix the heart issues. And what she did is she was able to fix the first layer of heart issues. Your heart is a muscle. So it has many, many layers. So the prickling there is the outer layer. So she's able from during this chanti to be able to bring it to the to a head, and then so that's why she was experiencing some prickling around her heart. Okay, so and she went beyond that, it went away because it's been fixed, meaning that that's a good news. It's has been fixed, and I'm no doctor, and no doctor can tell you either, because unless they can measure it, they cannot tell you. Okay, so we know, because in our world, when we do Chan meditation, you find out that you will begin to start fixing your heart issues. Eventually, you will experience, you find out, okay? But maybe not for you. You again, 94 years old, something like that. So it's, you need more time. And you sit only 6 hours a day. That's not enough, okay? You sit in full lotus or half lotus?
무릎이 연골협딱 해가지고 못 앉은 지가 한 1년 됐습니다. 지금 연골 치료받고 있습니다. 방가부사로 앉다가 마스터하고 때 다리를 쭉 뻗고 앉아 이렇게 뻗고 앉고 이렇게 지납니다.
Sounds like she's making excuses.
So I've been told I have no cartilage on my knee. So I've been practicing with my legs straight.
Your legs what?
Straight. Forward.
Straight.
Straight.
You sound like strict. My legs strict. I said, what? My legs strict?
Straight.
Okay, very good. Okay, straight legs and 6 hours. Impressive. Every day, huh? At home or at Jewel Mountain Temple?
정신을 보산사에 계속 있었습니다. 오빠 초상 때만 3일간 나가 있고 그동안 집안에 또 잔치 있을 때 하루 이틀 나가 있고 계속 있었습니다.
I've been staying at Jewel Mountain Temple. I've
whole-
been out, only for family businesses, but
The whole time? Wow, and sitting straight legs. Doesn't put strain on your back because you don't not get any support if you don't sit straight legs. You lean against something, or is it strain your back at all?
네, 뒤에 방석을 두고 뒤로 한 번씩 기대가 허리 쭉 펴기도 하고 했습니다. 새벽에는.
in the early morning, I used a pillow to support my back.
Okay. Okay, very good. Why don't you sit against the wall? Okay, and put something behind your back to insulate yourself from the wall. Okay? Because you don't want to sit like that without any back support. Okay? Your back is very strong. Okay? It looks like she's hunched a little bit, isn't she? Yeah. Look at her sideways. Is she sitting straight right now? Okay. You want to keep your back straight because if you sit for that long, so many hours, you need to support your back. Otherwise, you're straining your back. You tend to hunch over. Okay? It's not good for you. Okay? Be careful. All right. I have good news and bad news for you. Okay? The good news is that you fix your heart, your left heart. The bad news is that you live a little bit longer now. I know you want to go to the Pure Land and see your brother.
마스터 처음 뵀을 때 나 80에 죽게 해달라고 정토만 보내주면 마스터 바지를 잡고 올라가겠다고 그랬는데 아니 보니까 오래 살 것 같다고 말씀하셨어요. 그래서 오래 살까 봐 겁이 납니다.
And you go home, you tell your daughter, he says, now I have a choice between you and my brother in the Pure Land. So tell me why I should stay here with you where I could go to the Pure Land. Okay? And so that's fascinating that she cannot sit in full lotus anymore, but she keeps it up every single day, and it's very, very challenging for her. When you are able to sit in full lotus and you switch back to non-lotus, it's like night and day, okay? And she asked me what are things that I can teach her to help her with it. I didn't do anything, and I tell you why not. It's because I don't know what to do. Number two, I'm hoping that something miraculous happens, so I don't have to do anything, and it happened. So she fixed her heart without sitting in full lotus. Okay, so continue. You see, it takes a little bit longer. So the Dharma door that now we all have physical limitations. You can sit with your legs straight. So it takes longer, but you have the skills now. You can still heal yourself, but it takes it a little bit slower. Okay, yeah, that's all. Okay, endure. That's part of the thing, and eventually, that means that you see. For her to improve, she needs to fix her physical limitations. Okay, so, and vice versa. Once she's improved, then her physical limitations are also fixed. So either way, for example, one option is that you have these issues, mental issues, physical issues, and you meditate, and you overcome that, will help you propel to the next level. Or the other case would be that you have these physical and mental issues you don't know about, you improve, okay? Then you also are fixing those problems as well, okay? So that's the great thing about cultivation. You're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your physical and mental health that normal people ignore. Okay, they take it for granted. We don't. Every day we meditate because we want to take care of our base, your physical and mental health. You didn't, who will take care of it? You expect a doctor to fix it for you when you see them? Maybe too late. Okay? And so that's the case right there. She's able to fix the heart issues before it acts up. And that's a good news. Bad news that now she lives longer in a Saha world without being able to sit in full lotus. If you were to go to the Pure Land, you'll be able to sit in full lotus forever. Okay? All right? So it's a good thing. But as you continue in your practice, you see, it took her the entire Chanchi, 10 days now, 11 weeks now. Sorry, not 10 days. 10 weeks in Chan, one more week in the Fochi. So it's been 11 weeks, and she's able to practice for 6 hours a day regularly, okay, and working and cooking the rest of the time, something like that. And a little bit of time arguing with the daughter. Okay, so she's been busy, and that tells you that even with that process, she's still making progress slowly. Okay, when you make progress, you're healthier. Okay, your health improves. Okay, or when you see that the left heart is being fixed, that tells you that she's improved a little bit. Okay, and that's the good news. Bad news again, since you improve, you get to live longer in this world of suffering. Okay, but it's not it. You find out, all of you find out, like she will find out. Okay, that the heart issue there, she's only taking care of the one level, one layer. When she continues to work hard, we'll go to the next layer. it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay? So, and then after that, it goes to the right heart. And then, okay? But it's very good. That's great news, by the way. It's wonderful. Okay? What you also don't know is with that heart problem, she's also fixing a lot of other problems that she's not aware of. So that's why she's going to live longer. Okay? And when you get to the bigger problem, your heart inside, where it's dying from inside out, that's when you live forever. Yeah, see, there you go. See, maybe it's a good thing you don't sit in full lotus anymore. Okay, very good. Congratulations. I'm sorry, you're living longer instead of going to see Amitabha Buddha. Wei Mao.
Hi, Master. Thank you. Right now that we are talking about the filial love to our parents. So my dad was, and I spoke about this when my mom passed away. My dad fell in depression because of that. And so I got a plaque the 49 days. And I was told as well that it helps. And actually it did. He was having this ideation that maybe it was better for him to die. And he will always even picture like, I can just end it in the how do you say it, in the garage and stuff like that. So I was afraid that he may hurt himself. So when I got the plaque, he changed, he started getting better, and I can sense a different energy from him. And then he will say, he started feeling better, but then it seems like he built like an attachment. Like he will say that, I only feel good when you are around, and that doesn't happen with your other brothers and sisters. So I will spend with him a lot of time. Then he will get upset because if I wanted to do other things. And so almost for 3 years, 2.5 years, I spent a lot of time with him. And then eventually I spoke to him that, there are things that I as well need to do. And I heard your talk about like changing the perspective. So I kind of started embracing that kind of conversations with him. And he seems that he accepted that. But this fasting, so I actually didn't I didn't open my business. So this time I just saw him. I was trying to avoid him for some reason, but I saw him last Tuesday, and he looked so afflicted. And he started telling me that I am jeopardizing my economy, that with the level of education that I have, I should already have a big house. And, a lot of people don't understand that, that my priority has been for me cultivating since I came to the temple, and even previous to that. And I guess because I was seeking, I arrived here, and I felt like home. It's just that it seems that, I don't know, some people don't understand it, and it is okay. But seeing my dad afflicted, I just wonder, I was so calm and relaxed, and seeing him being afflicted and speaking so fast, like he was stumbling even with his words. I can see he was deeply afflicted by it. And his only reasoning is because he thinks that I am, that I jeopardized my family financial stability for these 3 weeks that I have been here at the temple. So my question is, is there something else, or is there anything that I can do, or thinking about these filial, whether being filial to or parents, is there anything that I can do that you suggest me to do, or about this? So I
Okay.
can clear.
How old is he?
He's 76.
Okay. 76. What did he do?
He has a business.
He's still working?
Yeah, he's actually really strong.
What does he do for business?
He sells shoes, boots, like construction boots.
Construction boots. Steel toe boots.
Yes.
You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So he's a salesman.
Yes, he has his own business, yes.
Has his own business. Then tell him, my financial security is when after you die, you give me your money.
I told him.
I'm doing all the right things. What are you talking about? Not only is he depressed, he's also manic.
I can see that, Master.
Okay? And so it's a big mess. And so all you can do is be nice to him and take care of his rebirth and you have to bear with it. Okay, it's too complicated. It's too many issues. Okay, and you did you take care of your mom? Your mom passed away already, right?
Yes. Yes, Master.
Yeah, you should take care of your mom. Okay, he's a difficult man to live with. Okay, not only Asian men are difficult to live with, but also Hispanics men as well.
Mexican.
The world is full of suffering. Okay, and so you have to take care of your mom and take care of him, and just let him be. Is all you can do right now, Martina. Let it be. Let it be. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Master.
And of course, people don't understand. Don't understand that he means well. He wants you to do well and be happy, and you just have to accept him as what he knows. Okay, and just spend time with him as much as you can, and let him be. Let him live his life. Okay, it's just this yes, Dad, yes, Dad. That's all you can do. Okay, don't try to talk to him. Don't try to educate him. Try to explain things to him. It's up to him. Okay, so he's used to having his life. He has to respect that. As part of being filial is to let him be. Okay, and take care of his future. That's the best thing you can do for him right now. Okay. And you have to absorb it. Whatever he's afflicted, you cultivate so that you can absorb it. It doesn't, he needs to release it. Man's affliction is limited. Man's affliction is like a fire that burns. And it's not forever. And when the more they flare up, the quicker they go out. Okay? You should know that. So when you see your dad flares up and yells at you or something, okay, then it's a good thing, because all you have to do is accept it and not let it affect you, and it helps him burn out all the negative energy, and so that he can become normal again. That's how we help. That's being respectful.
Yes, Master.
Okay? Accept him who he is. You're not going to change him now. All right? Okay, keep it up. Yeah. JC.
네, 법일 스님 어머님 얘기 듣고 코멘트를 하고 싶어서 마이크를 잡았습니다. 법일 스님 어머님께서 어머니께서는 4명의 자녀를 훌륭하게 잘 키우신 것 같습니다. 모두 남을 돕는 일을 하고 있는 것을 보니 다 착하게 키우셨다고 생각합니다. 법일 스님께서 보라선언에 나이 드신 어머님과 함께 오셔서 대비참을 하시고 어머님을 돌보시던 모습을 기억합니다. 저는 결혼한 지 15년이 되어 가는데요. 결혼하기 전부터 우울증이 심각했지만 결혼하고 나니 나를 돌볼 시간이 없어지면서 피할 곳도 없어서 우울증은 더욱 저를 크게 괴롭혔고 가족에게까지 영향을 미치는 것을 알았습니다. 하지만 감정을 컨트롤할 수 없는 날이 반복되어서 괴롭기만 했었습니다. 현보스님 계속해도 되나요?
So when I heard Venerable Fa's mother's story, I wanted to make a comment. I think she raised all 4 children so well because they all help others. And I remember her taking mom to JC and doing great compassion and repentance together and take care of her. And also, when I want to talk about me, I've been married for more over 12 years. And before marriage, I was also very depressed. But after when I married, my depression got severe because I had nowhere to escape. So it affected my family too.
네, 가족에게 영향을 미치는 것을 알았지만 그래도 그것을 다룰 수 없어서 괴로웠습니다. 저도 마스터를 만나지 않았다면 최선을 다했겠지만 결국 내 문제와 가정에서 겪은 어려움을 해결하지 못하고 어머님과 다를 바 없는 힘든 노년을 보냈을 것 같습니다. 새삼스럽게 마스터와 승가 모두에게 받은 도움에 감사드리고 싶고요. 어린 엄마로서 법일 스님 어머님께서 어려움에도 불구하고 훌륭한 자식을 키운 것에 박수를 보내드리고 싶습니다.
So my depression affected my family, but I couldn't really handle it. So I was really in pain. And if I haven't met you, Master, then I think I would have tried my best, but eventually I couldn't resolve and might have spent a depressing old age like her mother. So thank you, Master, again, and all the sanghas. And I think her mother had a great job within all these things.
Very good. And not only that, your depression is a lot better than before. You're a lot more stable. And you don't torment your husband as much as before. Is that correct?
네, 감사합니다. 맞습니다.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
See if you can get a note from him, thank you note from him to JC. To the effect that family life is not as as unhappy as before. Yeah? But no, he won't notice anything. Okay. This is the nature of help. We help and people don't need to know. Okay? Again, the theme last night is that you are peace, and that brings more harmony to your family life. You are peace, meaning that you're able to absorb people's unhappiness, okay, and not get afflicted. Okay? And so you actually, when you're that way, your family life, your relationships improve, they all improve. Okay? And I don't know how people can be so blissfully ignorant, trying to make money, trying to get ahead, and go home and be mean to the family and ignore their personal and mental health. You know, It's not just about you alone. You give it to your children. Your children are depressed. Your children are unbalanced. Okay? So now you are creating a generation after generation of people who are very unstable in society. That's why it gets worse. Okay? And so, in a small way, we are making a difference. Just continue, and it will get better. Not only are you more stable, actually, you should not stop. You should continue, and will get happier. And actually, at some point in time, it will have positive effects on your families. Very much like Master YongHua or the Buddhas. When Buddha was alive, was in the world, the people came to him, they met with him, all of a sudden they became more respectful, less afflicted. Okay? You don't have the same kind of virtues or kung fu or power, but you look at other monks and nuns, for example, Master YongHua, you look at him and you forget about your troubles and your afflictions, okay? And I want you, monks and nuns, to know that, okay, we're not afraid of your depression, we're not afraid of your mental illnesses. I help so many people. I am bipolar, okay? And I used to be a very nasty person. I am still a nasty person when you provoke me. Don't forget that. Okay? I like it. Nasty is exciting. If you are a boss, you have to be nasty. Okay? Huh? If you are nice, they walk all over you. Okay? Especially if you have disciples. It ain't gonna happen. Okay? But you should motivate yourself, because you can't really help people unless you begin to help yourself. Worldly people are fools. They say, I want to help. I want to help you with your depression. I want to help you with your cancer. And all they're doing is that they're not helping much. Okay? The doctors are sick, the nurses get sicker because they help people with sicknesses, and they end up, you don't believe how many doctors I've seen after they retire, they are so sick and so depressed. All the money, all the glamour, all the glory they have as a doctor is meaningless because they're so unhappy, so sick, so depressed. Okay? Especially the crazy people, doctors, the psychiatrists, therapists, okay? They have so many issues, okay? It's so obvious. They all get divorced. What I find funny in the US is that many marriage counselors are divorced, and they counsel you about your divorce and about your marriages. You notice that? If I go see a marriage counselor, first thing I ask is, are you divorced? Were you divorced? Okay? If you're divorced, I don't want to learn from you. You can't even fix your own marriage. How the heck are you going to fix me? Are you depressed? Are you taking medication for depression? If you're taking medication for depression, I'm out of here. Okay? Okay? Are you manic? If you're manic, you're going to help me. Okay? You want to give it to me. So anyway, so I want to go back to the monks and nuns. I want you to see that the people who come to the temple, they have a lot of issues. Physical issues, they don't even know about until we teach them Chan. They discover the left heart has needles in it. all around it. Okay? And you see, people are sick. They're physically sick, and they don't know until something goes wrong. And they go see a doctor, and doctor say, I'm going to cut it off. Because that's how they fix it. Or they give you medication. Okay? Instead, if people would just pay more attention, nowadays the younger generation, unlike you, you're too old anyway. The younger generation, they go and exercise, work out. Okay, it's a very wise thing to do. You need to run, you need to exercise, you need to hike. Okay, you Koreans are very good at that. So because you have to take care of your physical health, which affects your mental health and vice versa. Okay, and it's very good for you. And if you can take a step further, you need to take care of your physical health. You also need to take care of your spiritual health. You need to meditate. You need to go to church. You need to learn about spirituality. Your spiritual life matters. This is what ordinary people fail to teach their children. Okay? You need to take care of your physical health. Again, exercise, whatever. Okay? Cannot ignore it. Because there's a huge difference between your stamina, physical stamina, when you exercise and when you don't exercise. Do you exercise, Chinese lady? You do. See? Yeah. That's you have more stamina to get your work done. You have more stamina to spend time with your family. Okay? You cannot ignore it. Okay? And then you also need to have spiritual life, spiritual health. If your mind is sick, you do stupid things and you regret later. It will make you unhappy. Happiness requires spiritual health. The people in the world look for happiness in the wrong places. They look for happiness in money, look for happiness in alcohol, look for happiness in drugs. Those are proven historically to be the wrong places. All the richest people, are they happy? Look. Elon boys, Elon fans, your idol has been divorced twice now. You cannot tell me he's happy. What's the other one? Bezos. He's divorced as well. He's not doing that well, next one either. There goes my big sponsors. Well, I have you, what do I care? We're happy together, poor together, Okay? Look at all these rich and famous and successful people. Are they happy? Most of them are divorced. Doesn't it tell you something? Yeah? Orange hair. You don't know orange hair? Never mind. Okay. You look at people, when they divorce, you know that something is wrong with them. I'm divorced. I know what I'm talking about. Okay? There's something wrong with us. Okay? And so people look at the wrong places. You go to Daniel Carrasco's place at churches, they teach them about looking for happiness in God. It's also wrong, but it's the right direction already. It's a good start. You have to look into spirituality, because at the core of your happiness is your health, your spiritual health. Not only physical health, you also need spiritual health. Okay? They're in tandem. Okay, so I'm going back to you left home people. You see all these people who are suffering so much, who are struggling. okay? And look at yourself. You're also struggling as well. So you motivate yourself to say that that the people above you who are better off than you, are happier than you, are able to help others, and therefore you should motivate yourself to say, yes, there's a pathway here for me to rise above all this worldly things so that I can make a difference, so that my life has meaning, and I will help people have more complete and meaningful life. Okay? This is why we're doing this, because they don't know what to do. Let me tell you, I came from the other side. Okay? Chase after money and all those things. Being a manager and so forth. And you, without a spiritual life, you are nothing. This is what ordinary people don't realize. And just don't try to teach them. They get offended. They say, you are a beggar, what do you know? We simply wait until their lives are about to break down, okay? And they come to us and give them half an hour of relief. And they'll come back. When they take it seriously, we can help them fix the problems, deal with the problems. Okay? That's your challenge. Don't think small. I don't like small thinkers. Ordinary people are small thinkers. I want you, Sanghans, to think bigger, because you can. You too.
Thank you, Master.
Don't forget to thank them and ask for subscription.
Oh, thank you, Master.
We passed the we should be done by now. Go ahead.
Okay, I will. Dear YouTube audience, if you found this talk of Master YongHua's interesting and thought-provoking, please consider to like, and we hope, if you have not yet subscribed, that you do. Thank you.
Can we daydream a little?
Sure.
This is over time, so I don't care. It's my time. Excuse me. Okay. I read an article today that someone has something like, listen to this, 20 million followers. 20 million.
Wow.
Okay? And what does it mean? It means that if this is on Instagram or YouTube or something like that, and if a company wants to do an advertising, okay, wants to send a message, advertise it on my Instagram account or YouTube video, it would cost them around $100,000. $100,000. Okay, just because I have 20 million followers. Okay, so sign up, please. We have a long way to go. Last night, we made a few $100s, revealing the universal, the secret of the universe. And we made $100. I'm going to stop from doing that from now on. I will talk about fun and jokes and nonsense so that we can increase our followership. It must be an easy way to do this. Go ahead.
Thank you, Master. We have two questions here. Empty Mirror, he talks about a situation
He or she?
that came. He.
Okay, the he, okay.
He talks about a situation that his grandmother passed away, and his two siblings and himself went to her apartment to clean it up after she passed away. And he says that there was an intense energy that they felt while cleaning out our grandmother's apartment. It was overwhelming, causing dizziness and sensations of earthquakes. And they're worried about if there might be any lingering effects that might affect himself and his siblings. And he wonders if there's anything he should do or they should do.
Oh, that's a long time ago. Too late now. Don't worry about it. It happened.
Okay.
Don't look back in the past unless you have a problem, like you feel like you are unhappy or something. You see something. You go to somewhere and you don't feel good about meeting someone or being in some place. Run away. It's not a big deal. Okay? It's just life. We're not going to be able to go to pleasant places, good places only. Okay? Next. I wouldn't worry about it.
And we have a question from Zihong Sao. If we practice according to your instructions and get out of depression, will the ghost move to our family members?
No. Not at all. Okay. The reason the ghosts move to family members is because when I intervene with you, for example, let's say you're depressed, and I were Master YongHua, I follow Master YongHua style. I said, I can't have that. You're my disciple. You cannot be depressed. You cannot make this person depressed. So go away. And for that to happen, actually he had to beat him up. So the ghost is scared. It goes away. Okay? And you are okay. Because of that, okay, the debt is not resolved. Actually, it's a new debt because I beat up the ghost. So your debt, the karmic debts with the depression ghost is not resolved. I simply postponed it, okay, by kicking it away, okay? And that when I postponed it that way, the debt accrues interest. So the ghost will come back with a vengeance, even stronger, and demand more, much harder for you to resolve it, okay? And then not only that, he also now is upset at me for meddling. Who am I to come in and say, no, you cannot make Chư Hùng Chao pay you back? Okay? So because he's upset, he says, my debt to you is not resolved because of this monk here. So I cannot touch you because if I come back to you, he'll beat me up again. It hurts when he beats me up. So what he does is that he goes to someone close to you, like your siblings, your mother, your father, so that to attack them. And because they're miserable, they will affect you. And Master YongHua can no longer attack this person. You see? So he gets back at you indirectly that way. Okay? So that's why I prefer not to do that. I prefer to resolve it. Okay? I prefer that we owe someone, very much like we owe the bank money, we should pay them back. Okay? If you owe a mortgage on your house, you need to pay them back. Otherwise, you're going to own your house. Let's face it. That's your reality. So that's why to intervene that way doesn't solve any problems. Okay? And plus, you walk away not any wiser. You walk away doing the same stupid things that got you in trouble in the first place. Why should we do anything? Think about it. This person is a serial killer. He has depression. So some days when he's depressed, he doesn't feel like killing people. I'm using an example, extreme example for you. And now he comes to you and says, Master, I'm so depressed. I say, no problem. Let me fix it for you. Kick him. So you go to the serial killer's brother. And the serial killer is so happy. He says, oh, I don't feel depressed anymore. Let's go out and have fun. And now he looks at you now. He kind of, wow, look at these people. They look so happy. Let's kill them. So are you helping? My point being that people, unless they learn, they will go back and do the same thing over and over and over again. So are we really helping? I'm asking you. Are we helping? We're not. We do it that way, you're not helping. I'm helping me. I become more famous. I get more donations. People say, oh, Master is a saint, is a sage. Now, let's give him a house. I'm too old. You give me houses? My disciples get them. I don't get to use a house. That's why I don't care for houses. You understand? So, it's not helping anyone. And my disciples become fat and ugly and arrogant and say, I'm a disciple. My master can fix people left and right. I'm his disciple. Give me more houses. And become fat and stupid and parasites. Because they depend on me, my reputation, to get more donations. How does it help anyone? Not that I'm discouraging you from giving me houses, by the way. I asked for it for all these years and no one gave me anything, so I gave up. Okay? So the point here is that I don't find it to be a good way to help people. Okay? Yeah. You help people by improving their spiritual life, not by masking their issues. There's a reason why they're depressed. There's a reason why they're sick. If they cultivate, they'll be able to fix it themselves. We can teach them how to do that. So everyone's better off all around. Okay? And we're still poor. Okay? That's how it is. We're poor here, but we're rich somewhere else. Pure Land, we're very rich. What's the point of being rich here? How long do you have? 60 years? 60 more years? And after that, can you bring your money with you? You can't. I'm investing in the Pure Land right now. I'm poor here, but I invest every single thing I have extra that at the end of the month, I send it to the Pure Land. I buy, land there, and I build there. I buy apartments there. You're not impressed. You don't know how big my mansion is in a Pure Land because I invest. Okay? Invest. Where you are paying for your apartments here, and by the time you die, all your children are fighting over it. Like an empty mirror fighting his grandma's belongings with his siblings. Okay? So that's why you have to have a longer view, a total view of life. Yes, Way Mountain. I thought that time is up, but go ahead. We gossiping.
I'll pass on this evening. It's kind of late. I'll bring it up another evening.
No, it's okay. G.I. Joe, I was bitter about the fact we're so poor. And after all, I reveal all these state secrets. Okay, I made a few $100s last night. But some people were very generous. They send me money. Some even Zelle me. Some gave me a...
I thought I saw a black
You have to give me
American Express
money
for-
that I can keep it. You give me a credit card, it looks bad. The master charges you, and it has proof. And your husband is going to complain and say, you know, see, your master is taking advantage of you. You say, next time bring cash. Yes, G.I. Joe.
Well, Master, you've certainly given us an awful lot to study and think about this week. Among one of the most important lectures I think you've given, it's just, I think it was Monday night, you were talking about kids and parenting and how kids suffer so bad because of poor parenting. And I'm thinking, what could we do as Buddhist followers? How can we plant just a small seed in the minds of young kids so that they can eventually, even in the most trying of situations, get through a poor childhood and remember something that we told them that they could carry on and become better humans and better parents with. So I've thought about that this week. And then with the hearings they had crushing on or, obliterating Meta, the young guy that owns Meta, about social media and how adverse it is to young kids, forcing them into suicide and just no self-esteem at all. So I'm thinking with social media being what it is and what it means to young kids, I think it's time that we make some kind of movement of promoting Buddhism for young minds.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Okay. In order to help the young people, first of all, you need to be able to, again, fundamentally help yourself. Because if you try to help young kids who are depressed, for example, and you yourself are depressed, you're giving them your depression. This is what's so sad about it. Okay, people don't know better. They're trying to help others when they cannot help themselves. Okay, that's a problem I have. It goes with the parents. There's so many things we can do. The parents have to know how to help themselves first, because usually the kids get the depression from the parents, from the mother. Okay? Yeah, from the father. And so from the family members. And so it's a big issue, but it's a very scary issue. Young people are killing themselves nowadays. The teenagers are killing themselves, whether it's bullying or whatever, or family issues and so forth. But that's the nature of the times. Okay? And let me tell you, from my perspective, there are two things. Number one, can we handle it or not ourselves? The problem we're trying to help with, whether it's depression, whether it's manic depression, whether it's paranoia, whether it's ADHD, whether it's and so forth. Okay, we're talking about mental illnesses now, just for simplicity's sake. Okay, then the first thing we ought to learn to decide is, if you really want to help, okay, the first question you should ask yourself is, can I cope with it myself? Because that's going to happen first. When you try to help others, Let's say you to start a movement that says, I'm Anti-Depression League, okay? American Anti-Depression League, okay? What happens is all those people who start that league are all depressed. They will come and attack you, make you depressed, so that they use you to spread. That's how insidious they really are. You understand? They spread the disease under the guise of help. Don't worry, come to me. I will give you a counseling session. You know? And slowly and gradually, okay, it spreads between the two people. It spreads by proximity, by the way, the mental illnesses. Okay? So the first thing that people need to do in the big picture is that need to learn to be able to help themselves first. And that's why we're doing this. You're doing this so that you build your strength and your wisdom to be able to tackle the issue, to not be affected by them, to the point where you become confused, that they can confuse you. If they can't confuse you, then you can help. Okay? That's what happens in real life. If you are able, if you want to help people with depression, okay, they'll make you depressed first. Depression goes to make you depressed first. And guess what? You spread it to your wife and your children and your colleagues. Okay? So first things first, take care of yourself. That's talk about fundamentals. You want to play basketball, you have to work to learn footwork. You are not into sports. You are the most boring people I know. Okay? How do you live like this? How can you live like this? No sports, only drinking, and barbecue, that's it? And kimchi? God. Okay. Fundamentals. You want to play basketball, you have to have stamina, you have to learn footwork, and so forth, techniques and so forth. Okay? Same thing. You want to help with these issues, G.I. Joe, you have to rise above the depression so that you know, you can make a difference. Because the worst thing could happen is you depressed and you're trying to counsel someone who's depressed, and all you do, you're passing the depression back and forth. That's all you do. Okay? So number one, take care of yourself. Number two, wait for opportunities. We are monks and nuns. We are not in the business of chasing after money. I tried last night. It didn't work. It's embarrassing to make or do that and only walk away with a few $100s and reveal this profound secret of the universe. I'm depreciating it, okay? So that the next monk who tried to teach it would say, Master, you only made $300 off this. It's worth nothing, okay? So the point here is that we monks and nuns have to depend on financial support so that we can do more. But don't worry about it. It's meant to be, someone will step up. When they step up, I don't want you to use it to buy a bigger temple and make yourself comfortable and fat and ugly. Okay? We have a wonderful group of people. You are so special. Okay? Where you're excited, like look at how far we come along. 17, 18 years ago, I have zero money. And the first gift I have towards Dharma propagation was $50. because I needed to save my video somewhere. We bought a camera, okay, and to record our sutra lectures. So a young lady walked and said, "Oh, so you need to buy some more disk space, this storage. So here's $50." Okay, so I said, "Wow, that's my first thing." Okay, my first donation towards media, and now it's grown to media empire. Look at us. We have fancy cameras, we have TVs, we have internet, we have YouTube, we have 3,000 people. 20 million, Peter. 20 million. Okay? And so we come along this far because people decided to step up. We didn't ask. We didn't say, "Can you, let's do fundraising and raise $10,000 to buy a camera." By the way, you know how much that camera costs? Right there, up there in the corner. You know how much it costs? Take a guess. 5,000? You're not in a business, are you? You're not in the industry, are you? It's a Sony. No, that's a Canon. Back there is a Sony. The Sony is about close to 15,000. The Canon is 12,000. See how rich we are. This is media empire, man. Look at that. Okay? It's because people stepped up and they said, "You know, I want to share with a lot of people. I want to be a quality thing." Okay? Quality things like this, you can go on SpaceX. Will never be on X, by the way, as long as that loser is still there. Okay? Never. Okay? We picky and choosy, you know. We just don't go to places where they collect garbage. Anyway, you see, people is about you deciding that you want to share and help others by making this available. G.I. Joe, okay? You make it available first so that when people are depressed and they have nothing to do, okay, and they say, "Okay, let me look at depression. Here's what else is happening in the world. What other people who have depression are doing." Look up and they found a video of hours and say, "You know, if you have depression, you feel like killing yourself. Number one, please call a suicide line. Do not waste your life. Your life matters, please." Okay? The professionals who can help you. Don't waste your life. You regret it. Okay? You make your family very, very unhappy. You'll be very sorry for a long, long time. Trust me. Okay? And if you still want to kill yourself, one day I go down to where you sink and tell you, "I told you." Okay? If you have it after you get up to the human realm again, don't do it again. You hear and look for us. It's all right. And so the more resources we have, the more manpower we have. Actually, the more of you come and offer to help. We're reaching out more. G.I. Joe. We're helping more and more and more. Okay, that's what we do. So as soon as we have more chances, more resources, we add to our media empire. And we still have 3,000 subscribers. Going towards 20 million is my dream. Okay? We're all trying to help. And again, I want you to think about it. Help. You as left home person, you need to become enlightened. You cannot really help unless you're able to help. You lay people, keep improving. Okay? I don't expect your spouses to understand. I don't expect your parents to understand. You find a way, okay, to help. and be improved. Okay? Take care of your spiritual health. Your family will not understand. It's expected. Okay? You have to take care of yourself. You have the blessings. They don't. That's why they don't believe. It takes a lot of blessings to believe. Okay? They don't have enough blessings. That's why they hurt themselves. You have a lot of blessings, you're going to hurt yourself, by the way. It's analogously to if you have so much money, you never go hungry. How's that? Yeah? You're rich. Can you ever go hungry? Unlikely. Same thing. You have a lot of blessings, you will not suffer. They're suffering right now with depression, suffering with illnesses because they don't have enough blessings. That's the truth. Yes, questions? We might as well. This is almost the next to the last night. Yes, 6.
Isn't a little suffering good for us, Master, for us to progress?
Isn't what?
Isn't a little suffering good for us to progress, to give us the fuel to progress?
There is good suffering and bad suffering. Good suffering, bad suffering is when you simply are a victim of your suffering. It's bad suffering. If you have a heart issue and all you can do is go see a doctor hoping that the doctor will fix it for you, and he prescribes medicines and you hope you take them and they will fix it for you, then you're a victim of your suffering. It's no good for you. Good suffering is when the thing that the training program we put you through, where you endure specific types of training that is difficult, suffering in training. That's good suffering. Okay? And that good suffering is because you are not a victim of that suffering. Your victim is that you can't help it. The lady you talked about, her left heart, that has issues there all around. Okay, okay, that's good suffering because she's fixing it. She suffers, she endures the suffering to fix her problems. Okay? Yes, Way Mountain.
Thank you, Master. Since you brought it up, and since we're in extra time, I thought you might be interested to hear just how our media empire is doing.
Yes, absolutely. We'd like to hear.
Especially for our YouTube audience that has endured this extra long session. I want to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for spending your time.
Thank you, thank you.
It turns out, Master, that your investment that came to fruition this month. We had our best month in the history of our channel. How good was it? Let me tell you.
How good was it? Everyone together. How good was it?
It was
They're all Asians. They don't
good.
know. It's so good. Huh?
It was so good. We had a record number of views. We got more views than ever. People watched our channel 26,000 times.
Same person?
26.6 thousand views of our channel in the month of January 2024, to be specific.
Explain that. This number sounds big, but what does it mean, use it 26,000 times? What does it mean? They watch it? 2 minutes? 1 minute? And it says, they're tuning. Oh, that's the same guy again. Forget it.
Well, thank you, Master. What a perceptive question. I'm getting to that.
Yeah. I'm perceptive.
The best part of this being our best month ever was that 88% of all viewers were new to our channel.
Wow, 88%.
88% of 26,000 were new.
And every night I look at the same faces again. They have nothing else to do with their lives, like you. I mean, every night, 88%. Wow, that's incredible.
88% are new. We had over 1,800 likes, nearly 1,000 shares, and almost 150 comments. I should also mention, each of our YouTube shorts, especially those featuring the upcoming Relics exhibit, are getting 1,000 views each.
Wow. Okay, that's great news. Thank you. Thank you all for, by the way, for your efforts. It's all the brain, the genius behind it. I have no idea what to do, and you guys, have this vision, and you shared it with us, and implementing it, and it's fantastic. All of you. This is so much work. The media empire. Okay. All right. Good job, guys. Thank you. We stop here tonight. Yeah. Okay.